Hi guys, welcome back to Creative Frenzy. Okay, so today I want to show you how I make my little dollhouse miniature books and some of the papers that I bought from AliExpress. You can get them on Temu and Amazon. There's a bunch of different places you can get them, but I just want to show you how I make my books and the progress I've made on the dollhouse or the stone cottage or whatever you want to call it. So my favorite way to do this is just with some cheap old, not old necessarily, but cheap recycled corrugated cardboard. So this was from the insert from our bed sheets that we bought this year. I don't throw anything out, people. This is just, an Amazon packaging. The cardboard boxes would work just as well, but this was nice and thick and I wasn't going to use it for anything else. At one time, I played with the notion of making one giant junk journal out of this because the spine was so big, but I changed my mind. I figured that was a bit more than I wanted to do, but it was perfect for books. So I sort of do these after I've made my bookshelf, and then I will sort of measure the height. I can trim it later on, but I'd measure the height of what the shelves clearance would be, and then I go from there. And then I ink all the edges. It's a process for me. That's how I do it, because I like, most of it you won't see, but some of the books I lay sideways or have them facing the other way. So I kind of like how it looks overall, so not too much of the white is showing, which is kind of cute. So my favorite papers, let me get the stack out of my basket here. So what I like to use for the most part are these ones I got at AliExpress. These are William Morris papers, basically. So all of his pattern papers. Ooh, there we go. Let me get this steady. So these are the ones I like to use because the patterns are more muted, which is kind of what I like about it. So a lot of my books are made with these papers. And then I keep all the little pieces because you can use them for, making scrolls and different things. I've lined shelves with them, in the dollhouse and stuff like that. So there's this one. And I bought the whole set because I wanted lots of variety. So that's the one. And then these paper pads, because they have already kind of an aged look to them, which is perfect if I had them all the right way. There we go. So what I like about these, there's lots of different pictures on them. Not that I use all of it, but some of them have diagrams that are a bit smaller. So those are a lot of fun to use. Here's a botanical one. And again, not every single book will show the covers and stuff like that, so it's not overly important what you use. You could just use coffee dyed paper or your own art papers if you wanted to, or scrapbook paper for that matter. So those are the ones that I use for the most part, so far anyway. All right. And then if you can get your hands on something like that, that works wonderful for wallpapers and things like that, because again, it has a smaller print, so it's a little bit easier to use. Now, my walls were not small enough for these, so these are 6x6 paper pads. So if you have a larger 12x12 paper pad that has the small damask on it, then that would be perfect. So that works really well too. Sorry, I covered it up. So anything that looks kind of weathered is pretty cool. You could at the same time stamp on coffee dyed paper and use that as wallpaper too. So it all depended on what you wanted to do. So there's not much to the books. I will do some with you in a few minutes. I just wanted to show you the progress on the stone cottage. So let me just move some things out of the way. So I did end up making some furniture. I don't have everything glued down. I do tend to glue things down, so How cute are these? Little table and little chairs. Just popsicle sticks. I did raid my grandson's blocks. I got some Jenga blocks out, and I'm using that for some of my furniture. All right, here we go. I will see if I can get it at the proper angle. So as you can see, the Christmas tree is in place. So that is a bonus. Got that in there. The bookshelf is in there. I even made a little fireplace, and my stockings fell down. So I'll have to glue that down with some books on top of it. But I have some stockings in here. I just hang them onto the fireplace, but they will have books sitting on it to hold it in place. I have my curtains up in here too, so it's cute. I got my beds made out of wire and masking tape. I will link in the description box where I got the tutorial from. I'm sure if you look up how to make your own wire, French wire beds or whatever for dollhouses, there's plenty of tutorials out there, so I'm not going to bore you with that. But it turned out well. I'm very happy with it so far. So I even have the Yule log in the fireplace. So yeah, so far so good. So I'm going to set that aside, and then we're going to do some books. It's a very tedious, time-consuming process, but I like it because it's fun. I don't know why. I'll usually put on a movie or something in the background, or music, and then I will do those. Okay, actually, I just wanted to show you this. These are going to be my shelves. So this is going to be the shelf above the bed, and then it's going to have little hooks underneath it, which will be really cute. Bra hooks, do you remember those? Yeah, so these are easy enough to make. It's not a big deal. Actually, I can show you that in another video if you're interested. But it's a very simple thing, and even if you have some old hooks, they're the hook and eye loop thingies that you get for garments and things like that. Not just necessarily bras, but you know. So these are easy enough to make with some wire if you have any. So that's cute. It's the same wire I use for the bed, so. And you can paint them. They hold up quite nicely to paint, but I kind of like the rustic look of that. So I'm going to keep those there. So just glue stick, scissors, your inked cardstock or corrugated cardboard. And the reason why I use corrugated, because it has a nice thickness and a little bit of a squishiness, so if it does get squished from the glue stick, it has this really kind of old-fashioned look to it. A lot of people will make them out of, let's see, either wood or, what do you call it, oak tag? Cardboard. They can make them just about anything, but yeah. Anyway, so it's just a question of starting, right? That's always just the way it is. I will try and stay in frame. My last video I had to erase because I was not in frame at all. So, and I didn't want to put that out there because it would just be annoying to watch something that was not in focus or on the screen properly. Now sometimes I'm a little off, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Oops. So I tried to do sort of a straight edge so that the spine is a bit more defined. Now obviously these are books that will not open up. You know, these will be glued in place and set on the shelf or on the floor or in different places in the dollhouse. And one of my dollhouses. I'm going to call it miniature dollhouse, whatever you want to call it. And one of them, what I've done is I did gold paint on the edges, on the spines, which I thought was kind of cute. It's a different way of doing things. So sometimes you can get lucky and have the paper to be the same. Again, you can trim it a little bit if you had to. But I kind of like the look of it. Because we're going to ink the edges anyway, so it's not a big deal. But it looks more like a handmade book than store-bought, if you understand what I mean. I like the aged look of it. So there we go. We have a couple of books here. So, and then, you know, like 1.5 million more to go. But you can use all different kinds of colors. If you wanted to do like a dictionary set, or like, you know, the encyclopedia, you could do them all in the same color, in a red or something like that. I mean, that's the beauty of these papers. They come in so many different varieties that you have lots and lots of choice. So those are the books. Simple enough to make. All right, a gazillion and one more to go. So yeah. Let's see. I'm just going to carry on. Maybe we'll do that. I'll just make a few. And then maybe we'll make a little stack for the bedroom. That'd be kind of cute. So I hope you're all doing well. So this project, you know, it's been, wow, how long has it been now? It's been a few days since I started. Sometimes, you know, I don't feel like doing anything, so I'll go read a book or whatever. But for the most part, I've been working pretty much non-stop with this, which is, you know, a lot of fun. But, you know, if you were to do this on a regular basis, you can get quite a bit done. But see how they just sort of, I don't know, there's something about it I really do enjoy. So let's do a light color. So on my other miniatures, I've made these books not just stack on the shelves, but also on the floor. You know, all over the place. That's usually how we do things in our house anyway. We tend to stack them every which way. Especially when we're busy reading. When the girls were younger, you know, they would have book baskets and stuff like that in their room. And so this is my third inking sponge. Because I don't sand my wood pieces, you know, you can see even with this, it's really just ruining the sponges. So I did order some more, but it's going to be a while before they arrive. You can dry fit these to make sure. So normally what I do is I make a whole bunch of these, and then I would, and you'd be surprised that most of this will just fit on the bookshelf and not so much on anything else. I won't have enough. I'll have to make more. It's just the way it is, so it's okay. Just when you think you're done, you gotta make some more. I'll stack them up on the floor, on the shelves, on the furniture. And sometimes, you know, the beauty of it is because you can squish it a little bit, so they all have this kind of wonky kind of look to them. They're just kind of cute. I like it. And then some of these are bigger, some are smaller, which is perfect for stacking. So let's see. So I showed my husband the dollhouse, or the miniature. I'm going to go back and forth on that. So I showed it to him, and the little portico I have on the side here. Oh, I don't know if I can show you. Hold on. So this little piece here, this side piece, because I have stone on it, my husband says, yeah, that's not realistic. I said, first of all, nothing about this is realistic, but what do you mean? He goes, well, no roof would support stone like that. So I said, well, it's my cottage. I can do what I want. He goes, yeah, but realistically. I said, okay, well, you know what? Then I'll just put shingles over top and we'll pretend the stone never happened. So I might end up doing that on there too. Once you start showing people, they start pointing out things to you. It's very annoying sometimes. It's, you know, it's one of the risks you take when you put yourself out there. Even here on YouTube, you know, it's like you open yourself up to criticism and whatnot else. I mean, you hope people don't criticize you, but it's inevitable, unfortunately, because somebody will always have an opinion on whatever you're making. So, but the idea is just to have fun anyway. I don't do this professionally, YouTube or otherwise. I just have fun making. And if you enjoy making, you know, all the more power to you. If I can interest you into something that is completely absorbing and very relaxing, I find anyway, you know, something creative, something that speaks to your soul, to do something just for you, nobody else, something that you will enjoy, then I figure that's time well spent. So you get the idea. So I'm going to make a stack of books for the bedroom, like I said, and then we're going to make a little candle for it. Now, you can make candles many different ways. I find the easiest way to do it is beads. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so I kind of like this little bits of, you know, paper hanging out because of the way the corrugated cardboard is underneath. So, alright, so we're going to make a little stack. We'll get our glue. We need a couple of beads. You can use whatever color you fancy. I figured these were neutral enough. They could also be like jars or whatever. And then I'm going to need my wick. I just use waxed linen cord and some sharp scissors would help. Alright. And let's see, what else can we do? Let's find some more jewelry pieces. So bead caps make great little fancy dishes and stuff like that. Fancy bowls. And maybe that's it. Maybe we'll do it like that. Alrighty. Oh, there we go. You can use whatever colors you like. See if this is clogged or not. So I usually put the largest one on the bottom. Are we clogged? Yes. There we go. Come on. Oh, you're really clogged. I go sort of off angle a bit. Just a dab will do. And then I'm going to make my little, and we'll do, yeah, we'll figure it out. So sometimes you can just go along this side. There we go. You just have to hold it in place a little bit because they're kind of, you know, scattered on top. And it's okay to have different sizes beside each other, because that's what gives it that lived-in kind of look. Add more to that if you want. All right, for the candle, I'm going to put a square or round, probably round. There we go. You could put a tray underneath it like this, or we could just leave that alone. All right, I'm going to do and cut a small wick long enough so that I can actually feed it through the bead. Oops. Holding on to it is handy, so you don't have to fish around for it. All right, come on. Just a little dab, and I just feed that through so to make sure the wick is glued in place. So when I go to cut it, it's not going to come right back out again. And then I leave it long until it is set. Okay, we can come back to that. And then we are going to glue this little piece over here separately. Do I have bigger ones? I don't even know. Probably not. No, these are all the same. So I'm going to set that there. And then we're going to fill that up with some thing. Hang on a second. You can use just about anything for the most part, but this is a Christmas cottage, so maybe they had an abundance of different things. This would be easier with something to pour it into. Make sure you don't spill those everywhere. I speak from experience. If you have little caviar beads, because I can't string these together for the life of me, there's no way. So you can just add a little bit more glue. Oops. There we go. Whatever sticks, sticks, and whatever doesn't, you can just put it back in the jar. All right, we are going to set that aside. Some of this is not going to be on there. It's okay. We'll fix that afterwards. So that's a little book stack, one of them anyway. We're going to set it aside and let that set. And then I'm going to create a few more books because we're here. Let's see. So all these little pieces are perfect for this kind of thing. And if you wanted to coordinate, you know, some of the wallpaper that you've put in there, you absolutely could. So these come together fairly quickly. again, you're going to need quite a few for your bookshelf. So what else can you put on the bookshelf? So besides candles and, you know, books. Lampwork beads make wonderful vases or art pieces. That'd be pretty cool. Some driftwood maybe. I don't have a lot of driftwood. I do have some. Some seashells maybe. You could put that on there. That'd be kind of cool. I think I have a plethora of those, so that'd be fun. Beach glass, if you have any. So that'd be kind of cool. I have that. Crystals, obviously. I've done that. So there's a bunch of different things you can put on there to make it look homier. Dishes, obviously, if you wanted to. Let's see, what else? An open book. So if you wanted to do those traditional ones that you get in the DigiKits or in those Book Nook ones, photocopy another one for yourself so that you can do an open book if you ever have that on hand. Let's see, what else could you put on there? Picture frames. You could paint your cabinet. You could put wallpaper in the back. That'd be kind of pretty, depending on how much stuff you're going to have on the bookshelf, right? So I tend to shove it really, really full instead of putting wallpaper in the back. I don't know, that's just the way I do it. But, you know, you figure it out however you like to do it. And then you can go from there. My ink dauber is making a lot of noise. This one I can tell it's going to be a little bit of a squeeze. But even that is not a bad thing because when you go to put it on the shelf, you're not going to see it, so it's okay. And is the inking necessary? No, probably not. It might be too redundant, but I do enjoy doing it. So let's see. So sometimes when you do something like this, or even botanical, let's do that one. What I like about this is that it looks kind of, you have to orient it a certain way though. That's the only problem. But I do enjoy these because then you can keep these on the very top of a book stack and it looks kind of interesting. And if you were to fold these accordion style and then do an open book, that would be kind of cool too. And because this is more or less craft paper, it ages nicely with the inking, which is kind of cool. Alright, so we have some more. What are we going to do with these? We are going to stack these. Nice and high. I do want these to line up in the bottom. You can squish them a little bit. The beauty of these is that if you have just a little bit of space on the bookshelf, you can squish it right in there, which is kind of nice. So going to put some right there, and then I'm going to need something on the end. Let's see, what shall we put on the end? We could do another candle. Does that make you nervous, putting candles by bookshelves or by books? I don't know. You know, this is not reality here. In real life, I would not do that, but it's okay. Hold up. Let's see. So I have all these beads that I got at Michael's. So yeah, when you see like fancy beads like this, more of a lampwork style, these make great little vases and things like that. So I think that would be really cute. So maybe we'll do that. And then we'll do, I think I have some miniature flowers here. Yeah, there we go. We'll put one of those in there. I don't have too many, so I figure I'd keep that one kind of plain. Find the flattest edge. That's not very flat. There we go. So I'm just trying to create little scenes with the book so that when I sit them on the floor, they'll be really cute. And they will be glued down. I mean, I don't leave anything unglued. It's not a dollhouse, right? So, yeah. Anyway, a little lampwork bead. You could do a plain one too, but I thought that was kind of cute. I'm going to put some glue on this. Because I would not likely use this bead in anything else. And this is the tricky part. There we go. And you gotta hold it just for a little bit, just until the glue sets. I don't want it falling off. So this could sit on top of the shelf or on the floor or even on a bookshelf if your shelf is high enough. That's how I do that. Let's see, whoops. We'll just shake off all the pieces that are not glued down. There we go. We're going to trim our candle. There. Two cute little book scenes. Now this one is not staying put. Let that dribble. Actually, it would be better if I used a Q-tip, not a Q-tip, a toothpick. There we go. Just to hold that in place. There. That's cute. I like that. Simple enough. And then I will put them in the dollhouse eventually, but for now, like how adorable is that? Right? Can you even see that? I'm hoping I've been in frame the whole time. So cute. That's the one. And here's the other. Once the glue sets anyway. So there we go. Yeah, so I have a few more to make. And I'll show you in the next video how that goes. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.